Hello, my friend, and welcome. This is your moment. I'm Katarina Miletic, and you are listening to the podcast that will challenge you to think with your soul and believe that your only power is inside you. Masara, hello. You upside down again. I absolutely love it.
I can stand on my head and not speak.
Yeah.
Hello, Katarina.
Hello. How are you?
I'm great. Fantastic. And that's better than most, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah. I think this is the moment. This is my moment.
Yes.
We're going to capture the moment.
This is definitely your moment, my friend.
Yes.
I am so thrilled to have you here.
Thank you for inviting me.
And no doubt I can talk to you for hours and hours and hours.
Absolutely. And that's why I have my rule of three. I usually say three, or three. I usually like to talk about three things. And then I stop. But this is your show, so let's do it.
Excellent. Listen, to me, this platform is co-creation at its best.
Wonderful.
Right? We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be on the beginning of this wonderful friendship and connection. And I have to, in full transparency, reveal that we have only met just over a week ago.
Yes, in the best group that exists on the internet currently.
Lovely. I saw your video and your energy was captivating, and not only captivating, your energy was so real. It projected the picture of real self, and I was compelled to contact you, to send you a friend request, and you straight away said, let's have a conversation. And
Beautiful.
And we had, right?
Yes, beautiful. I hope it's going to happen 1,000 more times now.
I'm sure it will. Even in that first conversation, we could have been sharing it with the world, right? Because we captured something that is always inside both of us. And I think that's why the conversation was so easy, because we are connected by that which unites us, rather than something that we see that looks different or feels different to us. Everything that we're connected to is aligned with the bigger picture self, that highest self, right?
And the reason I like that is that I personally believe that the fundamental principles, they're very few. They're not many.
Mm-hmm.
They're very few. So the foundation, if you build your foundation on solid rock, how the house looks, how the roof looks, how you build the building, that's all left as an option. But the foundation must be solid. So if you study fundamentals, the fundamentals of living the good life, then everybody has got the answer within them.
I always like to give this platform over to my guest. And with you, I have this feeling like I just want to be in the conversation.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's move it.
Let's move it. Yes, they call you Mr. Move It. I wanted to specifically greet you as Masara because in my heart, you are a friend and your name is Masara. But I know also, just from the few conversations I shared with you, which were so precious, that Mr. Move It is not a hype, it's a way of life.
Absolutely.
And, right? I want you to tell us about that. Tell us what you are most passionate about in this moment.
Right. Now, so that the people never forget, right? Because I've been me for a longer period than you've been around. Katarina, you're my young sister. My real name is Masara. Masara. And it's mascara without the C. So 10 years, 20 years later, when people see me on the street, say, hey, mascara. They remember mascara and they never remember Masara, which is fine.
Yeah.
I've grown out of that age that saying my name right makes more. It's just show me your eyes, show me your authenticity, be true to me. That's what I need. forget what you call me, right? So Mr. Move It is a nickname I got from a group of women who decided to call me Mr. Move It 28 years ago.
Wow.
And I resisted. I said, I don't want to be called Mr. Move It. I have my name. My name is Masara. It's a beautiful name. Why don't they said, no, but you're Mr. Move It for us. And the more I resisted, the more they called me Mr. Move It, and they all were laughing. So to make a very long story short, I patented the name for 15 years so that other institutions that booked me, because I was being booked like the university for certain keynote events, and they said, no, I'm sorry, we're a serious organization, and we can't put Mr. Move It on our program. You must have a name, and I thought, why? I'm Mr. Move It. So I went, patented it, and sometimes I had to bring the patent with me so that they could put my name correctly in the program. Right? So that happened, and that was the way that went up. So Mr. Move It, I started living also this thing of helping people to move forward in life. First, it started with movement, physical movement, and now I do this also mentally. So I like to get involved spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially, helping people to move forward. And I believe these 5 things I just mentioned make up 80% of living the good life. And now we have to discuss and what that all means. And that discussion is what actually inspires people to inspire themselves, because we all eat, we all drink water, we all need sleep, we all need love. You see, fundamentals.
Yes, debate.
These are the fundamentals.
Yes.
So I love to debate and discuss the fundamentals.
If I get it right, you inspire people to reach for the best inside themselves and to lead with that.
Yes, depending on how much time, since we don't have 10 hours right now, right? The best way is by demonstrating it with the person.
Right.
It's the best way, because it's not a theory.
No.
It's a way of living.
Yes.
Right. So if somebody says, explain what motivation is, I don't have it here. Oh, I have it on my shirt.
On your t-shirt. Yes.
On my t-shirt. There you go. So you can see motivation. Motivation. This is a creation. Yes. It was a marketing idea. So when somebody sees motivation, they have a feeling already of movement and motivation.
Absolutely.
But I don't come to motivate anybody. That's the secret. It's your job to motivate yourself. I come to inspire you to self-motivation so that you have the tools when nobody is around to inspire yourself to have a great day or a great moment.
Yes.
So this is why I'm saying capturing the moment and being good to yourself is the most important thing. Learn to love yourself.
Yes.
First,
Beautiful.
so that your eyes are opened to see love around you. Otherwise, you won't see it. If you are a grumpy person, if you're somebody who lives in negativity, and I come to you in the morning and I say, Katarina, good morning. Or Katarina, good morning. You say, oh, you're so loud in my ears in the morning. Don't talk to me for the first 2 hours until I've had my 10th coffee. Then I'm here. Don't talk to me. You say, hey, I just came with positivity, and you get attacked. And these are the people I usually say, you know what? Do you have time? Let's jump on a Zoom. I've got a few things I'd like to teach you, because you are manifesting that negativity. You start the day by doing that.
Yeah.
And the most important tip I give anybody who has ever done any coaching or anything with me is start the day with you. Oh, Mr. Move It, you don't know this. I'm a mom. I have to get the kids for school ready, and I have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, and I say, I get it. And you see, when she says that, she's putting the family, the kids, and everything in front of her. Yes. She is waking up for the others. No. Wake up for yourself, even if it's 3 minutes before, 5 minutes before. Wake up. And then take 5 minutes, open the window, breathe some fresh air, drink some water, do something positive for yourself. And if you can do 5 minutes, I challenge you to do 15 minutes. If you do 15 minutes for yourself every day, in the leap year, 366 days, in a normal year, 365 days, just 15 minutes, you will totally transform your life. And then Katarina, as I say, Mr. Move It, motivation, as I've shown you, right? And then it will be Katarina, Katarinativation. And this is you, your authentic self. So this is the direction that I would like to help people think. And, I've been playing this game because at the moment, as we had the pandemic and everything, I was very international. Now, from your language, give me a name, any random name. Just give me a name.
Jovana.
Once again?
Jovana.
Jovana. Jovana. So, Jovanativation would be that person's transformation.
Right.
It always works. It always works. So helping you,
every name.
Right. So it's a firewire. If I could firewire my brain to your brain and get my tools from my toolkit into your toolkit, so you have the right tools in your toolkit. If you use them or you don't use them, it's up to you. And then I have to make sure, this is where the coaching comes in and the training comes in. I have to make sure that you don't pull out the chainsaw when you actually needed to pull out a hammer to hit a nail on the wall, because the tool is there.
Right.
And I don't want you to pull out a hammer when you want to chop down a tree.
Yes.
So we just have to make sure you're getting the right tools out of the toolkit when you're ready. And this is where this is the way that it works best. And it's being kind to yourself a little bit every day. And you start immediately, doing healthy things to yourself, for yourself, and motivation has just got 3 pillars. It's nutrition, nutrition for the mind, food for thought, right? And nutrition for the body, the physical body, so that the mind can actually work your body, right? Because your mind is much stronger than your body. You could work yourself to death. So you have to make sure that your body is strong enough, right? Then you need movement, physical movement.
Yes.
So, and I believe even just doing this, just doing this is already movement. It's better than nothing. And I'm going to surprise you right now. I'm going to ask you, Katarina, to give me a thumb. Now point to your thumb. Right. Now, I would like you to change. Yes, and change again.
Change again.
Yes. Now push.
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 Wow, you're very good. And now keep pushing. Another. And let's go. Push, push, push.
My
Wonderful. Wonderful. Great. Okay. Congratulations. Congratulations. You've passed the test. And this is the test.
Right.
Give you something new, which is simple. You know your life. You know people are going to be seeing this. So now I want to see what kind of character you are. Are you going to be like some of the managers and bosses of certain companies when I do this and they can't do it? They just fold their arms and they say, I'm the boss around here. The workers should do it, not me. All right. Or are you going to laugh?
Yes.
Have fun?
Yes.
Put positivity into something you cannot do? Not yet. You cannot yet do it. Right? So you pass the test as a leader for me. Just with that simple exercise.
Yeah.
Right? You in a room, you'll have so many different reactions. But I'm looking for the people who accept a challenge, smile about it,
Smile
about it. And if I didn't know you, I would say you're an artist, you're creative, you take challenges, you pack the day on, you're ready to go, and you keep happy. I'll tell you that just by that simple exercise.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
So this is what I talk about fundamentals. Right. So if you have to learn something for your job or for your life or for whatever skill you need, it'll be the same attitude you will take. You'll be smiling and laughing, and it doesn't matter about the task. So this is where I want to.
Wonderful tool to have. I bet you're full of those goodness tools, right?
Yes. Mr. Move It. Mr. Move It. I'm Mr. Move It, right? So,
yes. It's wonderfully brilliant in its simplicity, right?
Right.
Sometimes it goes undetected in life.
Yes.
It's amazing how fundamentally the work we do is so similar, so aligned, right? But we have different methods of getting there. Why do we say it's important to start a day with yourself, to take those, I always say, even 10 minutes before you need to start your day? If you take those 10 minutes for you, you have more to give. You feel that you didn't overlook this mind, body, soul that is your responsibility to look after. This isn't anybody else's job to fix or to maintain or to keep in top form. And you enjoy life more. Is it fair to say?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, since I talk to people all around the world, right, I had to come up with a method that's neutral. It's got to be neutral. That means everybody eats, everybody drinks water, everybody needs sleep, as I said, and everybody needs love. These are fundamentals, right? So I just have to make sure that when I share something with somebody, I'm just giving them a structure that they can put the meat on the bone.
Right.
With whatever their belief system they have. But all I'm saying is that you got to believe in something. And most people get surprised when I tell them that don't believe what you believe, because it's only what you believe right now. You can change your mind and believe something else, right? And Motivation just says, teach people, share with people, give them advice, but don't give them orders.
Yes.
So take advice, but don't let anybody order your life around. Decide quickly if that's something for you. And if you say it's for me, then you take action. So you take full responsibility for the actions that you take. Now, my kids know this from me, from just growing up with me. They know this. So it's very important to learn to believe. Learn to believe in yourself. And this is the training. And you know, it's so simple, such a simple task. It's nothing complicated, right? It's simple. But people confuse complicated and with easy. The difference of easy is hard, not complicated.
Yes.
So people say, oh, yeah, it's easy. I say, of course, riding a bike for 10,000 miles is easy.
Yes.
Of course it's easy, but it's hard.
It is hard. Yes.
It's hard. It's hard. You know, it's really hard, but it's easy. You just sit on the bicycle and ride. So living a life like Motivation, Mr. Move It Motivation, Katarina Tivation, living that life has got to become a habit. And this is where I say habit design. Teaching people to design their lives and teaching them to choose what to believe in and what not to believe in. And just by you listening to this podcast and listening to me speak, I'm influencing you. So you have to choose who you listen to, because you can't escape being influenced. Right? And that's why now, since 2004, February 2004, I have no television. I don't listen to the radio. I don't have the newspapers. I don't have the magazines. And this is why I sound like the way I sound.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I designed my life not to have those things in my life. If something is important, it will get to my ears.
Absolutely.
Like the world situation right now.
Yes.
I'm in touch with that.
Aware of it. Yes.
I'm very aware of it.
Yes.
Very aware of it. So that's the whole idea. And if I help somebody learn how to ride a bicycle, learn to use the Motivation Challenge philosophy, they have to do the cycling. They have to implement. And I'm just hands-on holding their hand.
Right.
And helping them move. And when you wake up in the morning and say, great, how long did you do? Oh, Mr. Move It, I couldn't do 10 minutes today. I only did 5. I say, great. 5 is better than 0.
Yes.
And then you say, oh, I forgot this morning. No problem. Just do it now.
Yes.
At least do something for yourself now. Don't let a day go by without you taking care of the most important person in your life. Ask the kids in school, who is the most important person in your life? 90% say my mom. Yeah. And then the others say my uncle, my grandma, and this and that. I've never had somebody in school say to me, I am the most important person in my life.
We're not taught that. Yes. Yep.
Yes, but we know it. But we know it, even if we're not taught.
We do. Yes.
We know it.
That's it. We come back to it in life. We have to. Yes.
So I tickle it out of the kids, and I do it as well with adults.
Yes.
So this is why, like my program, if I'm coaching somebody, I tell them, you know, you need to hang around me for a season. And a season has a reason.
Yes.
You know, it's long enough to get you started and short enough not to waste your time or my time. Right? And a season, as you know, we have summer, autumn, winter, spring. Right?
Yes.
A season has a reason.
Yes.
So 90 days, if you did something for 90 days, you know, some people say in 21 days, you make it into a habit. Some people say 30 days. Some people say 11 days. I actually went to had a lecture of somebody who managed to create habit design in 11 days. He found a secret. And I was just saying to myself, what kind of nonsense is this? If it's a habit, it's something I do all the time, right?
Yes.
So if I did it in the first 9 days or the first 90 days or the first 900 days, what mattered? What does that matter?
That's it. No, it doesn't matter. You're right. Something became a habit to me in a matter of one day because I realized it's serving me and I never let go of it.
Yes. That's it. So how long it takes.
Making that connection that it really is serving me, you get to keep that habit. If you're forcing yourself to do something for whatever number of days it is, even it's 21 days, but inside you, you're fighting it, you're going to break it at some point.
Absolutely.
But you can craft the habits that serve you, that you feel good about.
Exactly.
That uplift your spirit, that actually connect all of these parts of well-being, because well-being is holistic, isn't it? You were just talking about these 5 areas. I talk about mind, body, soul complex. So I talk about 3, but we need to nourish and look after each and every one of those. We cannot overlook one at the cost of other.
Yes, absolutely. So, absolutely. And this is why the Motivation Challenge philosophy is an open philosophy. It's open source. You know, you can choose, you can remove, you can put your own. I'm just trying to put structure and saying, hey, you know what? You're number 1. And here's the secret of the secret of the secret, which is no secret.
Yes.
Only you know what's good for you. Nobody else.
So true. First of all, I want to ask you, what did
you say first of all?
First of all, yes, just now got to the first of all.
Okay, first of all.
First of all, I want you to tell us what is the best way to get in touch with you directly? If this resonates with them, if they want to know more about you, where can they see more of you? Where can they get into your community? Online?
Right. Okay, so currently I'm using only one platform. I'm using Facebook, right? And because I was told to just use one platform in the beginning, I'm going to change that, of course, as time goes on. I'm going to use every platform so that everybody can get to me. Why should I just use one platform?
Yes.
You know,
listen, when you do, you connect with me on every platform because I'm on every platform.
Oh, wonderful. Yes.
You can absolutely do it. Yes.
You know, so, Mr. Move It, like it's written there on the screen, MrMoveit.org. MrMoveit.org is my landing page.
Okay.
I took down everything that I was born, you know, and all this stuff. I took that. I have a degree in applied physics and all that. I took that all away.
Mr. Movit, that is second of all. So we're coming to that part.
Okay. So I took all that away and it's just Mr. Move It, org. I have one offer in English at the moment, but what we're discussing right now, this I normally do only in German at the moment, right? But of course, as you can see, I'm struggling a little bit with my English because I haven't spoken English fluently for 31 years. But I guess, these are fundamentals.
I think you're doing good. We can understand you.
Thank you.
So, I joke. I mean, it's perfect. Of course, you don't need to.
For the fundamentals, it's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So with that's the way you get in touch with me. And you can get in touch with me on Facebook.
I will put the links directly.
Wonderful.
I now want to connect the journey, from the start, you see. So this is how it came to me this morning. And I thought I have to hear more about you and to share more about your story.
Wonderful.
Because as we said, this is the way of life.
Yes.
I know that you're a martial artist. You shared that with me, and I highly respect and know people who are martial artists, and I know what kind of value system they have in their life.
The ultimate aim of the art of karate lies not in victory nor defeat, but in perfection of character of its participants.
Yeah.
And that was the founding member, Gishin Funakoshi, who said that. And I love this philosophy when I first discovered it when I was 18 years old. And if you're going to compare this kind of traditional martial arts with the current MMA and all this kind of fight, it's got nothing to do with that.
Oh. Yes, I don't even know the current. Yes, I'm talking about the traditional values.
It's getting to know yourself, basically.
Exactly.
Getting to know yourself and having control. Because most people say, "Oh, you're a martial artist. You can beat up people." No, it's exactly the opposite.
Exactly.
You've got control.
There are so many elements in your story that are interesting, but to me, what is the most important is because I know you to be absolutely authentic to who you are, but you weren't born Mr. Move It with that hat,
Yes.
This was a journey that your soul took on, and then this was revealed through that journey, right?
I'm going to surprise you now.
Go ahead.
I asked my mom, I told my mom the first time I did like a little talk, and people loved it. So back then when my mom was still alive, I said, "Hey mom, you know what? You can praise me now. I did a little presentation and the people loved it." And she says, "Oh, when you were 3 years old, you tell stories and adults would gather around you and listen to you. It's nothing new, my friend. You always like this, my son."
Oh,
and I said, "Oh, really?" And I thought I just created something. Says, "Nope." Yep. So, and my siblings,
amazing.
They always say that. And it was actually, now you're saying that, it was my brother's idea. He said, "You know what? You should become a motivational speaker." He told me this decades ago.
Yes.
And I said, "Me motivating people?" I'm sorry. I cannot do that. And this is where this development is. I can inspire people to self-motivate.
That's it.
I don't want to take over. No. And this was the key point.
So important. That is distinction that you're making there is so important, because we only play a small role in someone's life to help them to connect these two pieces together. They don't need us forever. They need us just for that part of the journey.
Yes.
This journey is theirs. Yes. And because we are both parents, I know that this is, and my parents brought me up in this way. They were supporters of my decisions in life. They never directed my course in life. Yes. And I think that's so important to free our children from our own expectations. And if you are like this with your children, with your partner,
yes,
will you be like this with your clients?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely. And that's what I loved. I said, "Oh, thank God." I used to thank God when I was 12 years old for my parents.
Yes.
Because these were superstars, both of them in their own ways.
Yes.
You know, with my dad, you could talk about anything, and a quick little story there just comes up to mind.
Yes.
In school, my father was very rich at the end. You know, we started living in exile somewhere else, but he was always a hard worker and a smart worker, and always business minded. So he built that up. I came up to him one day and I said, "Hey, Dad, why are we the only children who don't get pocket money?" He didn't give us pocket money.
Yeah, same with me. I didn't ever got pocket money.
Right. And I said, "But we're the richest family in the school. We're the richest family in the school, and we don't get pocket money." And he says, "Well, I'm glad you're adding one and one, you know?" And I said, "Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. All the other kids have got pocket money." And then he said to me, "Son, does your pocket need money?" And I said, "Well, no." I said, "I just need to be able to buy things." He says, "Right. Make a list of what you want. We discuss your list. We have enough money here. We can buy anything you want. If you can convince me that it's something we need and we want and we should afford." I said, "But why only us? All the other kids, they just buy ice cream and candy when they want." He says, "No, that's not the way to do it. We have money here, but I just need to make sure that I'm so thankful for that."
Yes.
That saved me through the pandemic. That saved me so many times in my life now.
That's so true. That is so true. I am also grateful that I never had pocket money. And it wasn't because my parents couldn't afford it. I'm sure they could afford that. But as your dad said, it is just for what we needed, we always got. And if we asked, and obviously they're the ones, assessing whether this is something we actually need or not as kids. We always got what we wanted, right? And I'm not saying this that we were spoiled, like au contraire, right? We couldn't be spoiled in that material sense of the word, but it did teach me that that the money was just something that we were exchanging for something else that was valuable and worthy. So money by itself, I didn't attach any meaning to it, right? It is just a tool. And therefore, as you said, in difficult times, it didn't bother me if I didn't have much. I knew that those are cycles. Like
my dad would say, you got a plan. And this is the other thing. It's very important in life, which I now call the 3 seconds rule, and as you know, a day has got 86,400 seconds. If you add 1 second to that, it's the next day. And I've called this the 3 second rule. Give yourself 3 seconds to make a decision if whatever it was is something you want to do. So you could say something to me, and then I just pause, and then say, "Okay, let's do it, Katarina." Now, you think you influenced me. No, I made a decision.
Absolutely.
I just need 3 seconds to think about it, sometimes even 1 second, and then I take responsibility for my decision. I don't say, "Oh, Katarina told me to do that." No, never. It's always my own decision. So he says, learn to act, don't react. Learn to respond and not to react.
And that is something for a lot of us that I have observed has to be unlearned first, because we're in this response mode all the time, right? When you observe the situation, you notice that that's the pattern. And we can correct that, but we need to become aware of it first, right?
And we had a supermarket. My dad also had some businesses. We had a supermarket. And he told me, he said, we were standing outside the shop and we were looking into the shop. And, at the cashier, there's always all these chocolates and sweets and chewing gum and all this stuff that nobody needs. So he said to me, he said, "Son, just observe the people at the cash desk, at the cashier. They just like zombies, just take chocolates and put things because, they're buying that they're just going to take that as well." And he says, "Do you know that the amount of revenue we make at cash desk at the point of sale.
At the end, yes.
Yeah, is enough to pay all the workers for the month.
Wow.
Because people are not thinking. They're just stretching out. They now want to buy their food.
Yes.
They know what they want to buy. They're in the buying mode already. And now we just put the sweets and everything. You put whatever you want at eye level. And he was telling me all this about merchandising. And I was going, you mean these people are just, he says, yeah, nobody needs that stuff. But that's the amount of money we make with that pays all the staff.
Yes.
So this is why he says, when you go shopping, go with a list. Can you change the rules? Of course you can.
Yes.
But you need control. And having control is a training. You can't just have control one day in a year. It's a training.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So if that helps the next time you're in the supermarket, just observe the person in front of you and the people in front of you, how they just like zombies, just take stuff that they don't need.
If that was true years ago when we were children, imagine now. I could just imagine that has escalated, right?
Yeah. So that was that. And the last thing I wanted to add to that was that, this thing about the money, what for? That was the question. What for? So you had to convince him. There's only one thing that nobody had to convince my dad. You could always have it. And it was buying books.
Yes.
You didn't have to ask for money to buy a book. So my books are more valuable than my couch.
Absolutely.
Food for thought. Yeah.
We have that in common as well.
Yes.
And I'm so happy that my daughter said that she will be happy to take on my collection of books, because that's something I couldn't get rid of. It is too precious, because I know how much they have served me, these books, and they continue to serve me, because no book I ever opened on a random page that didn't have a right message for me.
You're the same like me.
I love it.
There's a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, right? And to be honest, I want to be honest with you, I've never read the book.
I never read that book.
But
yes,
I've listened to the audio.
Right.
900 times in German.
Wow.
900 times from front to back in German.
Yes.
And about 400 times in English.
Woohoo.
So I can sing along with the whole book whilst I'm driving.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
I don't listen to the radio, so I only listen to stuff like this.
So how has it served you? Pretty well then.
A lot of the things from Think and Grow Rich.
Yes.
The beauty about it, I test it.
Yes.
Take it.
That's the key. That's the key. I always say that and encourage people and say, do not believe a word I tell you, but test it, please. Just test it for yourself.
Yes.
And some things will work and some things won't work. But in you being open to explore, you'll discover where you want to go. Right?
Exactly.
Beautiful.
You got to test it. You got to make it yours. And this is why even the fundamental is practice, study, teach.
Yep.
If you want to be a master at anything, you've got to teach people who are looking for exactly what you've mastered.
Yes. Yes.
Then you become a master. Then you become a master. But then I tell you again, here's the secret. Never become a master, but become a master student.
Yes.
So you remain a student, but you're now a master student. And that's in martial arts and karate. I've got it right here in front of me because I did another presentation. That's my black belt.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Right. 4th degree black belt in martial arts.
Beautiful.
And you go full circle. Yes. When you're a beginner, you wear white belts. When you become a master, you see the belt, the silk has worn off the belt and it's white again, but it's now dirty white because that's a beginner's belt.
Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful. So this is a symbol.
Thank you. Yes, you see, that is where this conversation wanted to lead us. You see.
And I just accidentally had that here because I did another presentation yesterday where it fitted.
It featured there, right? Good.
Our challenge is transformation. And the transformation only comes through implementation.
Yes. I think actually I've taken that step further. Like you said, I've been a full circle with that. I used to call it transformation, but I have realized that it is a realization rather than transformation. It's already here. We just have to realize that it's already here. So,
Yes.
And that's the journey.
Yes. Now, the thing is,
but this could be a question of semantics, you know, because we're talking about the same things. The process is the same, but how it comes about, it might be a path can vary.
Yes. Well, I say the caterpillar is a butterfly.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You know? Yes. There you go. You got it. You got it. That's it. That is it, right?
Yes.
And the highest self is present inside.
Yes.
Right.
Always.
And just we have to remove the layers that are not letting it shine with this full beam.
Yes. Now going back to the caterpillar and the butterfly, that's a total transformation.
Yes.
And we humans can go from caterpillar to butterfly, butterfly to caterpillar, caterpillar to butterfly as many times as we wish.
Yep.
We have the power within us. People, you have the power within you. Beautiful. You have it.
On as many, every single last one. Nobody is without that power.
Yes. We're all born equal with that power.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And I say spiritually, we're all equal.
Beautiful.
There's no discussion about that.
No. Mr. Move It.
Yes.
Masara, my friend.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I think that's a beautiful point on which we shall put a lovely butterfly at the end of this conversation, because the conversation in truth is endless. It can just go on and on and on.
Yeah. And you know, somebody once said to me, "Is that a butterfly?" But it's not a butterfly because it's motivation with the cap, with the hat, and the arms. You know, but they asked me if it was a butterfly. And I said, well, if you want it to be, it can be. Exactly. Whatever you believe, it can be. And really, to end this, I want to quote my favorite person, Napoleon Hill, with his very profound statement, right? And this is also the philosophy that I also believe in and use to help people self-activate, self-actualization on all this. The order in which the words come is very important. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. In that order. People usually twist this up, you know. I've been to seminars and people, no. First it's conceive, believe, achieve. So anything you can conceive and then believe, you can achieve.
Yes, no doubt about it. Thank you so much. And I'm sure this is just the beginning of the lovely conversations we'll have.
Definitely. I hope the people will be so excited and want to work with both of us, you know. I would love it so that, you know, they can be sitting there taking notes instead of eating popcorn and drinking something and watching a movie, you know. Come and take notes.
That's
to improve your life and your children's lives and other people and your neighbor's life, you know. Let's do something, especially in this day and age with what's happening around the world right now. It needs people like us.
Yes.
We've got to step up and show up.
That's
for the world.
That's it. And just lead the way with the, you know, we came here to serve. And I think that you proved that through your story that you shared with us today. You proved that your heart is really in serving others, because this conversation would make no sense just serving two of us, right? It wouldn't make sense.
It wouldn't even happen.
Greater good. Right? Exactly. It probably would. It probably wouldn't, because we would be so locked in this.
Yes, you'd be so in the I, in the self, that you're not here for the others to serve, and it takes energy. You won't be able to go the long run, you know. But Katarina, we also have an advantage that we have a certain number of years that we have lived
Yes.
And I always used to believe that, even now, I used to believe that, when I come into the schools and I share with the kids, I always tell them, I like to share, storytell, teach, train, and coach. I always tell them that, right? And I tell them, look, now, I know you're 12 years old. I know you're 16. I was there. I know you're 27. I was there. You will not understand most of what I'm saying now, because you've got to get there to be able to understand it. But I'm just giving you a word of warning, right? I'm helping you. I'm not showing you a shortcut.
No.
Because don't take shortcuts.
Yes.
I'm
No,
showing
there aren't any
the shortest path to your success.
The direct
not the shortcut.
path. The direct path.
Yes, the direct path.
Only direct path.
And it won't work. And I warn them, it won't work. Because you have to make the experiences.
It has to be yours. It has to be yours. Your path is your direct path, and it's different from my direct path.
Exactly. Right? And I'm sure the story is in English and in maybe in your country as well, where you originate from, where they say, in German, it's easy for me to tell the story. It says, right, mom said, the boy was playing with his friend. Mom said, don't put your finger on the red hot plate on the stove. Don't do it.
Yes.
You'll burn your finger.
Yes.
And then, mom is doing something else, or the parent is doing something else. The children turn on the oven, the stove.
Yes.
And then they wait till it's red hot. Then he put his finger on top, and then he notices nothing happens. And then it comes, and a piece of flesh stays on the. They keep quiet. They don't cry. Why? Because now, mom told you don't do it. Now you've done it. And the next time, that little kid says, he never ever says, mom says, don't put your finger. He says, don't put your finger on the plate. You'll burn your finger. Now he has learned it. And unfortunately, that's how life is. It's like that. You have to make your own experiences.
Very true.
But I'm here to just tell you that it's hot. Yes. I'm just here to tell you that it's hot. You get burnt.
I love it. I love it. And I think next time we get together, we have to talk about your work with children, because it is so important, and it's so different from anything that I have ever heard or seen.
Yes. The main message for the children, parents, the main message for your children is this: only brush the teeth you want to keep.
Yes, give them that instruction.
Yes. So which teeth do you want to keep?
Yes.
And then you see the kids in school going like this.
All of them.
All of them. And then the question,
want to keep all of them, right?
And then the one child in the group stays straight away within 1 minute. So, Mr. Move It, why do you have the gap between your teeth? And I go, oh, thank you for the question. Thank you. And then it takes an hour for me to answer it.
Brilliant. I love what you do with children specifically, and I think it deserves a stand alone.
Because the children, they're still more connected to nature. They haven't been totally put in a box yet. Yes. And that's what I want to warn them.
Yes.
And people guess my age wrong just because of my attitude.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.